Morning, Blue from Blue's Allotment. Today I'm going to harvest some potatoes, new potatoes. I think they might be ready enough to eat. Some red beet, beetroot, lettuce, and then I'm going to try to see what my shallots are like. So I'm going to harvest all them, plus move some water because everything's dry, and water up my greenhouse and all the plants that want watering. And then we'll do a walk through and just show you how everything's come on since the last showing. That was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That everything's bolted now because of this heat wave. Everything's growing great. So we'll give you a walk round and then just show you how we harvest the water. I had to bring some up because not enough rainwater fell, so I've had to add some from the household outside tap. Checking out this early potatoes that got the frost. They still look like there's some on there for dinner, so I'm just digging a couple of roots up for my lunch now. That's it. That'll do, won't it? Yeah, there's a few there, enough for today's dinner. So we'll leave them, they'll be getting bigger each week. Just needs the rain. So rain was holding them back. Beet here, which have been ready for a couple of weeks now. As you can see, quite big. Just going to pull a bunch. Because red beet is very good for you. Good for your blood pressure and your well-being. There we have one lettuce. Checking out these shallots, see if they're ready. Yeah, just trying it, see what these are like. I'm going to try them as spring onions. Just separating them now because they're all in a clump. That's how they grow, and you just dig them up. So I just forked these out, eased them out of the ground rather than pull them so I didn't damage the roots, so they're nice to eat. And the lettuce, I just cut that at the stem. That's the easiest way to do them. I could have dug it up, but I just prefer to cut it off at the stem. Red beet in February under glass to force them to get some early beets, which you can see I have. Then I've got my other ones outside which are probably a month behind, but they'll all be coming on at once. So I've got enough for another week or two in here, but they're all forced under glass. Here I've set 3 butternut squash, sunk 3 big pots, filled up with compost and good soil, and then plant them in there. I did that because you can control the water that goes in there. If I put them just in the ground, water runs everywhere on a dry. So that's what I've done all together. I normally set 5, but I set 3 this year because I had too many. I couldn't use them last year, so 3. So I hope these produce quite a lot. So I set some French beans earlier in the week, put them on this frame that I had, so they're good there because they're French climbing beans, and I dug a little trench and put them in so that can retain a bit more of the water, and they seem to be taken off quite well. So this is my sweet corn. I grew this from seed in the greenhouse, put one seed in each pot, set these out about 2 weeks ago, and they are really taken off, and they will grow about 4 or 5 foot tall, and the corns will come on after that, so they'll look after themselves then, but they're growing quite well at the moment. And these are asters. They're like cutting flowers, what you have for the vase. I just grow them to put on my parents' grave, so they're growing well. I've been in since about March. Should be cutting them about the end of July, hopefully. About half a dozen cabbages on the first row, which I had a space for, and the rest are broccoli, which are now all started to make heads now, so they'll soon be ready. Get a good rain, a couple of weeks, we'll be eating them. So as you can see, the head's now developing. As soon as they get a bit bigger, we'll be cutting them and eating them. As you can see, I've covered all those with a net. Had I not done so, the pigeons would have ate most of them by now, because we're out in the country here, a lot of pigeons, but they've got to eat something, but if you can protect them, keep them for yourself rather than the pigeons. On which the frost got killed a lot, so they take them all up, start again, but they look like they're doing well now, so all's not lost. I've got 3 rows of dwarf beans here I'll put in, just hoping it rains, but they're ain't looking too bad, having no water. Yeah, just checking these carrots. Obviously they've got a few weeks to go, plus they need some water. See, they've gone down very far to get the water. It's very dry here. 4 bushes of blackcurrants, which look like they're fruiting up quite well, so we should get a good crop from them, but that's the first showing, so they take a while to get to the natural colour. Just checking the broad beans, they look a bit sad, lack of water, also look like they had something nibbling away at them. So as you can see, everything is dry as dry can be. So I ain't got hardly any rainwater because it's not rained where I normally collect it from, so I'm going to have to fill a few 5-gallon drums up and bring up from home, so I can just give them a little bit of water. No rainwater down here, running on the roof, I'm running out of water, so I have to resort to bringing it from my house down in to fill the barrels up, which I'm now doing. So here we have, I've got my 3 lavender, they come on flower, but obviously it's going to take a couple of years for them to get established, but at least they're growing under this in the dry conditions. And then I've got marigolds, which there's about 1 come out at the moment. Hopefully they'll all come out. So here I've got 2 bush tomatoes, which were in the greenhouse, but they were getting too hot, so I've had to bring them outside, put them in this little cage covered with a net. They start to come through in this little net and hut thing I've got here. Stop the white fly getting them. So we've got tomatoes on here nicely. These are going to be the bigger tomatoes, and just waiting for those to get red now, which will take probably another couple of weeks depending on the weather. So I hung this net up there just to stop a little bit of the heat because they was getting so hot. But one on each greenhouse. The other greenhouse has got my cucumbers in it. Courgettes here to carry on from the first lot. I've got 1 row out, this row going afterwards. Then I've got some lettuces here, quite a few of those, and then there I've got some sunflowers ready to go out, and more lettuces, different variety there. Those are the spring onions, which are probably ready now. So that's it for this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like and share. Keep following. Thank you.